Where's my next quarry?
Hello and welcome to another starting guide to Total War Warhammer 2. Today we'll be playing Wulfrik the Wanderer, who leads the World Walkers on Very Hard. Let's go! As we enter, we'll move towards Longship Graveyard. It's good to encamp, but it doesn't really matter, but we do want to raid to reduce our upkeep. We'll upgrade the building in Icedrake Fjord, and I like to get Sea Marauders tools for the leadership. Turn 2. We'll attack Longship Graveyard, and we have to fight this manually. I like to form a blob with all the infantry, and the chariots with their high health per unit can waste some of the ammo. Then Wulfrik can do it if they're getting a bit low on health, and then shots from the chariots should get the army to come at you. Chariots can distract a bit while the blob deals with units, and you can use Wulfrik's magic to destroy their blobs. And then when it looks safe, the skin wolves can rear charge. We'll sack and occupy this. We'll work up to growth skills on Wulfrik. Turn 3. We'll move and encamp and recruit some berserkers. Turn 4. I've consistently found treasure here, so we can pop this way. This one's on the weaker side, so it's not game changing, but you can get good ones here. Now we'll march back home. We'll research campaign movement range, and we can ignore the damaged buildings for now. We'll stay close to our capital and recruit some more berserkers. Turn 6. The fools force marched within range of us, so we'll go ahead and take them out. We can actually just auto this, and we can take the money, and we will confederate them. We'll recruit some spearmen for defense. We'll demolish this and get some growth going. We can fix Longship Graveyard now that it's cheaper. Turn 7. We'll finish our stack as we approach Greyling Moot, and we'll get money in Doomkeep. Turn 8. We'll attack Greyling Moot. We can auto here, and the plan is to try to sack between the two cities. For now, we'll just replenish in our land, get more growth here, and upgrade Longship Graveyard. We'll get more growth on Wulfrik. See the pattern? Turn 9. We researched the extra movement, which will hopefully help us with the sacking plan. We can hit Greyling Moot, and now Naglfari Plain. Perfect! It's a really close thing to pull off, but sacking two cities is ideal. And a campaign movement range follower? Lucky me! We'll raid for reduced upkeep. We'll get more money and demolish the recruitment building now that we're done. I'll get war tools, but you could go down the monster line here too. Turn 10. Sack between the two cities again. Where we can, we should return to our province for the growth bonuses from Wulfrik. I'd argue that may be more valuable than double sacking, but I haven't done a side-by-side. And we'll get growth here. Turn 11. We'll attack Greyling Moot, get Lightning Strike on Wulfrik, and then hit Naglfari Plain. And we do have to fight this manually, but it doesn't look too bad. It's mostly melee units. We'll Lightning Strike for the debuff. We'll set up a blob in the corner, and then the skin wolves and the chariots can see about picking off straggler units. I've discovered that the enemy won't charge when you're just hitting them with fast units, as long as you turn the chariot firing off. If you sandwich one unit at a time, you can take minimal damage, but do a lot of damage to them. And when your skin wolves are starting to take too much damage, you can hide them, let your chariots fire to start the battle, and then the army will come at your blob. And then again, you use magic to take out the giant blob that comes at you. Honestly, that's a beautiful victory there. We'll sack again, and we'll just kill this lord. I'll return home to replenish a bit and get growth going. Turn 12. We've unlocked Wulfrik's unique quest because we had berserkers recruited, but we're not going to worry about that here. I messed movement up a bit, so we can't sack between the two anymore, but we'll see if I can find that sweet spot at Greyling Moot. I think it's time to work up towards Master of the Beasts, so mammoths come faster when ready. I also think it's time to recruit another lord who will be ready if anyone attacks our settlements. Turn 13. Movement is off again, but that's okay as long as we're sacking one city per turn. We'll get upkeep reduction on Wulfrik. We'll work up to growth on this guy too. Turn 15. The greenskins blew up our sack city. Hopefully they occupy it so we can destroy them too. But for now, we'll just sack the city here and come back home for the growth benefits. At this point, I think it's worth getting the red line unlocked on Wulfrik. We'll upgrade Icedrake Fjord. Turn 17. Greenskins took our sacked city, so now we'll just attack here with both our lords. Even though we don't have them yet, I feel it's worth getting the juggernauts for our planned doom stack later, and then all the mammoth redline skills. Turn 19. We can see an enemy raiding to the right, so we'll sack with our new lord, and Wulfrik will head towards the enemy army. We'll upgrade the port and growth and start on a shaman building. Turn 20. The enemy left on the right, so Wulfrik will help sack. They're about to rebel, but it'll be chaos and they don't raise recently sacked cities. Hellspire tribe wants peace, and I'll do that for a confederation, since we're not sacking attacking them anymore. Nice. Turn 21. We'll upgrade to the Shaman building, and we need to disband all the other armies from the Confederation so we can get our income back in shape, and we can demolish buildings across the Empire we don't need and build money and growth ones. I don't like to get the defense buildings because it's hard to keep a settlement even if you have those, so I'd rather just have more money. We'll take this Chaos Rebellion out. You could farm it a bit, but it's up to you, and then we'll continue sacking. Now that we have more land, we'll go ahead and recruit a lord to occupy Naglfari Plain. We can upgrade Longship Graveyard since it'll be most efficient for growth because of the port. Turn 22. Now we have another complete province, and we'll continue sacking with our lords until we have a high-level shaman and or a mammoth stack so that we feel safe running around the world, since you can't occupy most settlements. Turn 24. Wulfrik is finally on his mammoth. That alone is a big shift in balance of power. Fire is probably best here, but I do like that there's a knowledgeable death shaman. Infernal dominance is great too. I'll grab the knowledgeable, and we'll level him until he gets the purple sun vortex. Turn 25. We'll get the shaman in the army to start leveling him. We can recruit and disband fire shaman until a good trait pops up, and the next one will hang out in our newer army to level. But it's turn 25, and I think we're in great shape. We have tons of land that's growing well. Our southern cities are definitely at risk of attack, but if we keep an eye out on the water, we can move our armies in time to catch those attackers. And we can basically hang out here sacking until we have the growth to get an unstoppable army. You can start the monster hunts here too, if you want, since that can involve recruiting units. This start is definitely slow, but so necessary, since you're basically a horde faction that can't really recruit on the go. So that's going to be it for my 25 turn guide to Wulfrik the Wanderer. If you like this and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. You know how YouTube works. Goodbye.